met until they pull their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on. I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it. Fuck you. Antonio Brown. But who the fuck's in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't. But Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it.
Oh, but
actually, hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. I'm trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
also follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking.
We actually follow.
You got it was a business decision.
It's a business. It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look at that stuff.
Decision.
It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unpretty.
This guy just say fucking forehead. What? This guy say forehead.
Yes, I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest. You almost didn't.
Weird champ. Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right. Next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next up, we have.
Why people happy? Pagu. Weird champ. Weird. Forehead.
Oh god.
Franker faces.
Oh.
Wowie. Why people sad. What else?
Look at how red my face is.
What else we got? Let me go on Twitch right quick. Okay.
Why?
Why do people happy? KW, LOLW, XQCL.
All right. The Acclaim promo now. We were backstage.
Okay.
They're just like, yo, it's not gonna be a triple. It's not gonna be a normal.
No, dude, we're gonna do a fatal four-way. Poggers, bro. Thanks for the fucking bits.
Fucking damn it! Jump off a roof.
Well, they just lost Gunther, so I don't know how that is gonna survive. But what's it called? But the Third Reich faction. That's the Imperium's gonna turn to the Third Reich now. But he posted a picture on Twitter with Sean Dean. He's got his castle. It says Justice on it. and then somebody says Hook is some fucking girl says on Twitter, Hook is what? Stokely, I hate your bald ass so much. And then Big Stoke on Twitter goes, wow, Hook will pay for his crimes. It was confirmed that there was a forearm fracture which required a cast. I am distraught. I rolled dice with my left hand, so I'm please don't make me sue this company, Tony Khan. Please, you know that a portrait of your father that's hanging in your office? Well, once I own this company, I'm replacing it with a big-ass photo of James Brown. Yep, Every time you see the Godfather of Soul sweating in drug-fueled rage at the Apollo, you're gonna think of me. Sounds pretty miserable, bro. Do the right thing. Punish this little bastard Hook and write me a fat check. By the way, here's a photo of me with my best friend Al Sharpton. It means absolutely nothing, by the way. Blushing face. But somebody tweeted, he tweeted, Hook is a piece of shit, and then somebody tweeted this. Some woman, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jack. Oh wait, I dated a 5'8" guy who taunt every jacked. 6'3" bro he met until they pulled their first back to beat him up. Whereupon my ex would go, hey, come on, I'm a little guy. I'm just a little guy. No, it's just also my birthday. I'm a birthday boy. It somehow always worked. And then Stokely just quote tweets it, F you. Tony Brown, but who the f***'s in the background? It's Hook. It's fucking Hook. And then he's getting twerked on by some fucking broad. My t-shirt money is now in the ass crack of some fucking stripper. So thanks, Hook. But I don't but Jesus Christ, this is the greatest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Clip it. Oh,
but
actually,
hey, it worked out in the long run.
I actually do hope they make another season, actually, because I would love to see the American Dragon on Total Bellas start memeing on John Laurinaitis. You have live footage of John Laurinaitis in his living room calling somebody in his underwear saying, "Hey, bud, you fired."
What did Max Caster say about me?
Like I'm embarrassed the fact that I'm hosting a post show for this crap.
I'm proud of you, Carl. I love this.
We did our Valentine's Day post of Hooked on You, but it was mainly for Jamie Hayter and only Jamie Hayter.
It's not right. It's not right. It's fucking, you're trying to build an account and we get this bullshit on the account. Great. But
so follow a simp account.
Okay. Okay, but here's the thing, because those people, this is networking. This is
we actually
networking.
follow.
You got
it was a business decision.
It's a business. It's a business. You have to follow these people. This is like following. If you want a stan account, you got to follow the other stans. And when you get big, you get rid of them. You get rid of them after that. It's over with.
I open up our Instagram and the first thing I see is Pro Wrestling Simp, and I'm like, what is this?
I don't look at that. I don't look
at
that
business
stuff.
Decision.
It's a business decision because that guy promotes us, and then when we don't need him anymore, we toss him aside. That's what happens.
Yeah, well, we got go so fucking slap it on a t-shirt and continue to use the move forehead.
Unprettier.
This guy just say fucking forehead.
Switch.
What?
This guy say forehead.
You
Yes,
did.
I did.
You think I fucking wouldn't catch that? You think nobody on this program would catch that? But I did. For weird.
You almost didn't.
For weird.
Let's be honest, you almost didn't.
Weird champ. Weird champ. This is what we resort to here.
All right, next up.
Unbelievable. Five head.
Next
Poggers.
up, we have.
Why people happy? Pogu. Weird champ.
This already popped. It's Wednesday, guys. You know what that means. It is time for your weekly dose of the Pro Wrestling Injection right here on the Pro Wrestling Injection YouTube and Twitch. I have some news for myself before we hop into the wrestling news. March 23rd, I will be moving in to North Carolina. So, depending on the time frame of moving and everything, I may not be on the show. I need to make sure, I don't know when that day is in particular. Uh,
23rd, you said?
Yeah, I should be good. If not, of course, these two here, my co-hosts, Mr. Marathon himself, Mike, and the goon, Christian, will be taking over if I do not make it in time. Because, actually, I think that week of, Christian, you might have to stream, and I'll be on my laptop.
When is this?
March 23rd. I'm moving. So that week of, so the week of the 18th of March, you're gonna have to take over streaming.
All right, tell me on March 22nd.
Fuck you.
That's how
Fuck
it is,
you.
bro. I'm not gonna fucking remember until
Oh
the
no,
day of.
I'll remind you because it all depends on when I pack
Fucking 2 months
everything
away.
up.
I'll be
But
playing
also-
Final Fantasy by the time I have to do this.
Listen, right now I've been playing Spyro. I just bought Spyro for my Switch. I've been digging into that game.
Yeah, I already beat all 3 games.
I'm like going for the 100% God run on it, and I'm like dying slowly. But all right, so we have some news to discuss. Christian, I'm gonna take it over to you because you are the news guy.
All right, so there was some stuff that happened. Basically, we had a lot of shows. It was a lot on Saturday. It was a lot going on. There was Collision. There was Battle in the Valley. There was TNA Hard to Kill. There was NFL playoffs. So there was a lot going down on on that day. So just starting off with Battle in the Valley. Not gonna go over the whole card, but just the most important stuff that happened here. First, I just want to discuss David Finlay. He defeated TJP. Because the United Empire and Bullet Club War Dogs are feuding right now in New Japan. And just as a piece of news, I don't know if he's still going to lead the faction in AEW, because like Aussie Open's still technically a part of it, but Ospreay apparently that they're trying to groom TJP to be the new leader of the United Empire. So I don't know if that would mean Ospreay and Aussie Open, once Ospreay ends up in AEW full time, that he's officially going to be out of the group. But it looks like they're grooming TJP to be the new leader. So
That's gonna be good.
So that's pretty cool. Also from this show, Julia defeated Trish Adora to retain her New Japan Strong Women's Championship. So she's not going to WWE just yet. If she still has a title. Also, there was a video package that was played for the next New Japan Strong show in April, Windy City Riot, from none other than Mustafa Ali. Mustafa Ali, he laid out a challenge to Hiromu Takahashi, and it's going to be Hiromu Takahashi versus Mustafa Ali at Windy City Riot in April. So that's going to be a very exciting match. I always said Ali would probably do great in New Japan. I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up in the Best of the Super Junior, but we'll see. We also had Matt Riddle on the show. He tagged with his old friend Jeff Cobb against TMDK, and of course Matt Riddle is going to be wrestling Tanahashi for the New Japan Television Championship. At what's it called, New Beginning, in a couple weeks. And we had the triple main event for the show. Actually, before we get to that, we also had Fred Rosser, Jacob Fatu, and Shota Umino versus Team Filthy. Rosser, Fatu, and Shota Umino picked up the victory. However, after the match, Shota Umino was going around high-fiving everybody around the ring, giving kids bracelets and all that stuff, and then somebody in a Bushi mask jumped the guardrail and started attacking him. And to the shock of a lot of people, which I wasn't expecting this shit at all. You wouldn't, if you paid me to fucking toss 100 names at you to attack Shota Umino, this wouldn't have been one of them.
Full beard Jack Perry.
But to take off the mask, we had a attacker, and it turns out after he revealed himself to be Jack Perry, he's got a full beard. Everybody was shocked. He got in the ring. He laid out Shota Umino with a knee. And he took out an AEW contract in the ring, just a physical AEW contract, and he ripped it up. He went over to the camera. He put on an armband that said Scapegoat and left the ring after, which this was very shocking because obviously Jack Perry was always in the conversation about the devil. Where is this guy? We haven't seen him since Wembley. So we finally have an answer on Jack Perry, and he showed up in New Japan Pro Wrestling. So to me, what this is obviously he's not out of AEW. There's no shot. He's still contracted, but But what this is to me, and I really like this, and I really hope Tony does this more. But what a young lion excursion is in New Japan is what this feels like for AEW. So basically, so basically, what this is they're sending Jack Perry to New Japan for a couple months, maybe a year, and then when he's ready, he'll come back to AEW and continue. The scapegoat obviously is playing on the fact of CM Punk and how he was fired. Like he was the one in the right, but he was unjustly fired just to cover up everything else, or just somebody had to take the fall for it. So that was really cool. But I would really love to see Jack Perry in the best of the Super Juniors or the G1 or something like that, and just go on a run in New Japan for a little bit and then come back to AEW even better.
Hate to
And I think this is a great idea.
hate to interrupt the news. What is your friend talking about, Mike?
I will send you guys a pic in the group chat and explain.
God. Oh my God.
This happened this morning. That's what he's referring to.
Oh boy.
Let's just say now that my friend pointed it out, like I can't unsee it. I'll say that.
Yeah. So
Come on, fucking send this already.
yeah. So anyway,
Hold on, I need him to send it to me first because I forgot to take a pic.
Jack Perry, yeah, so he's gonna be in New Japan for the time being, and I really think this is a good thing for him, to even improve a lot more than he already is, because he's already a very good wrestler. Um, and then we had the triple main event. We had a AEW Continental title, New Japan Strong Openweight title, and Ring of Honor World title match. So the Triple Crown was defended for the first time, um, like out of AEW, and we had Eddie Kingston versus Gabe Kidd. This is a great match. These two guys were just beating the fucking piss out of each other. It ended in a double count out. And it's like one of those countouts that like you're completely fine with because it how the match went. But yeah, they were just biting each other. They were fucking. I mean, they were cursing at each. It was just mayhem. Great match. And then we had the other two main events. We had John Moxley versus Shingo Takagi in a 20. It had to be like 25, 26-minute war. No DQ war. Damn near a death match. And I don't really see Shingo doing all that stuff that often, so it was pretty cool to see Shingo in that environment. And he says he wants to wrestle more American wrestlers. But yeah, John Moxley defeated Shingo Takagi, and this match was excellent. This is one of the matches you should go back and watch if you want to watch this show. These two guys went crazy. Mox and Shingo were both bleeding all over the place. It was excellent. But yeah, Mox defeated Shingo, and after the match, John Moxley got on the mic and called out Naito for an IWGP World Heavyweight Championship match at Windy City Riot in April, which is the same show that Ali and Hiromu are on. So we're gonna get John Moxley versus Tetsuya Naito, for the IWGP World Championship. So that is gonna be very good. And then we had the main event between Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada, which, I mean, what do I gotta say about that? I mean, that was as advertised.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fucking amazing match.
I mean, it was about 30 minutes of just a love letter to all their other matches, because most likely this is gonna be the last time that these two wrestles for a very long time, maybe ever, probably not ever, but for a very long time, these two aren't going to wrestle. But yeah, this was just an unbelievable match, as advertised. Okada defeated Ospreay. After the match, they hugged. They were both crying in the ring.
Wow,
'cause
they
Ospreay-
immediately uploaded it to New Japan World.
Yeah, oh, yeah,
No delay on them uploading this pay-per-view.
yeah.
I will be
but-
watching that now.
They were. I mean, this was actually fantastic, and the War Dogs attacked him afterward just to build up the cage match. But yeah, Ospreay was brought in to New Japan by Okada, so it made a lot of sense that he was probably going to be his final one-on-one opponent. And yeah, this was just great stuff. So
Also, Mike, I don't fucking see it. You're a goof. I don't see it. I don't see it, man. Yeah, cool piece. Ooh, the mouth is open. That's just the color of the tongue. God.
Yeah, that was disappointing.
Thank you, Adam, for the follow.
We have too much free time on our hands.
Anyway,
We have too much free time.
I hate
that was
everything.
Battle in the Valley.
Come on,
also,
the bagel. Come on, scissor the bagel.
Also on that night we had TNA Hard to Kill, and some newsworthy stuff coming out of that show is that TNA and CMLL have gained a working relationship with each other, so that'll be pretty cool. Also, the former Dana Brooke debuted. She is now going by Ash by Elegance. Nick Nemeth has signed to TNA, and
he
will
fits
be
in just right.
Yeah, he will be one of the premier TNA guys now. Jordan Grace defeated Trinity for the Knockouts Championship, which fuels the fire that Trinity is probably going back to WWE, probably in the Rumble, returning, which it is expected. Bailey and Mercedes were actually at the show in a skybox. Moose defeated Alex Shelley for the TNA World Title. So
that's where Nick Nemeth came in.
Yeah, Nick Nemeth showed up. Yeah. So I mean, this is a great. I watched a little bit of it. This was a great.
But
effort.
also,
I mean, TNA has been doing very, very well in their new rebranding. I think they've done an exceptional job of this new rebrand or rebrand. So,
sidebar for Nick Nemeth, his first independent match outside of the Puerto Rican show that we mentioned, upon his release when he had brought that up, he'll be facing Matt Cardona at GCW.
Mm-hmm.
This is a match that's been long awaited since after their initial feud for the U.S. title in WWE. I know Matt Cardona's been pushing for them to have a match, probably since after the feud, because they wanted to do their match in New York at WrestleMania 29, but it never came to be. So this is going to be their first singles competition since 2011.
And also at the next they did a taping for a mini pay-per-view. TNA Snake Eyes and Okada actually returned to that show, which is the first time Okada's been back in TNA since he was on excursion from New Japan.
And he had dropped a promo saying that
he doesn't hate TNA.
He felt TNA didn't love him.
Well, no, that was back in the day. But he got on the mic. He said he doesn't hate TNA. He was so glad to be in a TNA ring again. Obviously, what was done to him back then is a lot different than a lot different TNA than what it is now.
Look who was running it, fucking Cornette and Russo.
He even got back in the ring and went down and kissed the TNA logo. So that was pretty cool to see that hatchet has been buried. But yeah, that they taped Josh Alexander versus Will Ospreay too on that show. Zachary Wentz versus Nick Nemeth happened on that show. The Grizzled Young Vets actually have also been signed as well.
Good for them.
And yeah, there was a 6-way X Division match between Jake Something, Vikingo, Kushida, Laredo Kid, Speedball, and Trey Miguel. So I'm definitely gonna go check out that show.
I do partially and still wish that TNA and AEW had a working relationship. I don't think. I don't think they still.
No, they do. It's not active.
Well, I want it to be a little bit more active because I want to see Nick Nemeth in an AEW ring.
Well, listen,
that'd be cool.
I mean, that'd be cool, but I mean, AEW's got so much talent.
I know, but I just for a one-off.
Oh, that's what Forbidden Door is for.
True, very true.
So, anyway, besides that, we also have some news on some wrestlers, injury updates. First off, Kota Ibushi. Kota Ibushi posted today that he finally got surgery on one of his ankles. He's going to get surgery on the other ankle, and he said finally that he's going to get surgery on the fucked up shoulder from back in 2020 in the G1 that he never got fixed, and he's like
Dude's
he
gonna-
basically admitted he tried to rehab it on his own. He did the best that he could, but he finally understood that listen, I got to get this fixed. So
That-
he's gonna get everything taken care of at once,
Yes.
which is the best thing he can do. So you get both ankles fixed, he can get his shoulder fixed, and come back to the form that we all know and love with Ibushi. But yeah, he's gonna be getting fixed up, and that'll be good. Can't wait to see him back because Ibushi is one of the best, and we all love him.
Mhm.
Also, another injury update on people. Actually, where is it? I forgot it.
I know that I don't think we talked about it. I think we talked about the option that was going around, but I believe I read that MJF is going with the rehab on his shoulder.
Yeah, big. Yeah. I don't know because obviously he's probably gonna keep that so much under wraps because
Yeah.
even if he does get surgery, he'll probably out a year. But
But
yeah.
from what I heard, he was gonna try rehab it.
Yeah. But anyway,
Good for him.
yeah. There was a lot of injury stuff. So yeah, obviously we just talked about Ibushi. Cora Jade just returned to NXT and she tore her ACL again. Not again. She tore her ACL at a house show, and now she's done for about a year, which sucks. And we also had what was the fucking? I'm trying to remember the other piece of news I had. Let me
What?
think. I forgot it was something happened. I think I'm fucking retarded. Probably am.
You said
Well, I
it,
mean,
not
you
me.
you yourself have admitted it, so
Yeah. Let me see. I'll go find it. Talked about Ibushi. Talked about
Oh,
Perry. Oh, Pac. Yeah.
yeah,
So
Pac.
yeah, Pac. That was it. Pac. He was actually backstage at Collision, this Saturday, and all things said is that he's good to go. He's about ready to return. I don't know if it's maybe like a little bit of little few more weeks or something like that, but he's good to go, most likely, and he's gonna be back shortly. So very excited to be Pac to get back because obviously Pac's one of the best in AEW. So yeah, we'll see what they got for Pac. That's another guy that I hope to see. There's a lot going on in AEW right now, but I think they like a Jay White Pac feud or something like Pac and maybe with the Blackpool Combat Club or even like maybe depending on if he's a healer or babyface.
Absent makes the heart grow fonder, so he'll be a face to the fans.
Yeah, so we'll see what happens with him, but yeah, very excited for him to come back and that's
so
really all there is.
speaking of just being absolutely brain dead and retarded, have y'all seen well, I'm not sure if you guys have seen it, but Joey Janela and Ricky Berwick have been beefing on Twitter. It's
a fucking
Ooh.
angle because it's an angle. He's gonna be at a fucking indie show.
I know, but it's been making my timeline so much funnier.
Well,
seeing these two go at it on an Instagram live.
Yeah, well, you people
on
don't
an
work.
Instagram live of all places.
With Ricky Berwick holding up the WWE title saying, I stole this from someone. It's the real deal.
Janela Zone is back, bro. Janela Zone was fucking the greatest thing ever in the pandemic.
I fucking love I love it. I love the two of them. Berwick is so funny, and Janela is still one of my favorite, like, quote unquote air quotes outlaw macho wrestlers. He's one of my favorites, and so yeah. With that being said, with the news, and not that people here who watch care, but the WWE 2K24 trailer is dropping the 22nd.
Gives a shit. It's the same fucking thing every year.
And I will buy it because I like the games.
Last WWE game I bought was 13 because of the Attitude Mode era, and as soon as I finished the story mode, I was just like,
Yeah,
I don't know if I could ever buy another WWE game because this is as good as it's gonna get.
No, those games are those games are not good anymore. I mean, you got fucking games like Final Fantasy VII Rebirth coming out, and people choose to play fucking WWE 2K.
Well, they're trying to now make it seem like special guest referee mode's coming back, and who
They
cares?
should have a special needs mode for the wrestling fans of the world.
Okay, well, surprisingly enough, there was a Dynamite tonight. I have the full rundown here on my phone. We kick off with a Samoa Joe and Hook Road to-esque type thing, just showing the build up to where we are. Hook had a great promo on Twitter saying, "Hey, I'm not big enough really to go after Samoa Joe, but I'm gonna bulk up," and he's eating a pizza as it was snowing buckets in New York. So you have that. Then we have Joe and Hook arriving at the arena, and we kick off the show with Christian Cage versus Dustin Rhodes. Great match.
Before we get into the show, I just want to pay mention to this on Collision. That fucking House of Black versus Garcia and FTR match was stellar, and also the Battle of the Belts, street fight for the tag championships with Ricky, Bill, and Sammy and Jericho was one of the best fucking street fights I've seen in a long time. Like probably the best one AEW's done since Roddy
Pandemic
and Jericho.
one? They're about the pandemic one.
No, Roddy and Jericho's probably the last one, but this was fantastic. It was literally everything I want out of a street fight, like on Falls Count Anywhere street fight. Like they're literally fighting in the street. There's people who aren't even involved with the fucking production across the street in stores, filming this shit across the street from the film. Like, what the fuck is going on? That's the best type of street fight. So yeah, that was great. I just want to pay mention to that because that was excellent. You should all go see that. But
My
anyway,
dumbass forgot to record it and had to watch
Yeah,
the 7-minute video on YouTube.
See, that's why we have a.
I
mean, I don't know
fucked
if
up.
you. No, it's called. You go on TBS.com or the TBS app or the TNT app, whichever one, and you go on there and you watch the full episode because they just put it up there right after the show ends.
I have an excuse. I was traveling, so I didn't get to see it.
Bro, they have the full fucking episode on.
I'm aware.
TBS. You didn't watch it on YouTube. Just go watch it. You watch it on TBS or TNT, whatever.
But all right.
You just have to log into your fucking cable provider or whatever you use.
But all right.
Yeah, that in itself is a fucking
this guy's
adventure.
watching shitty or just go into watchwrestling.com.
That too. So we
I don't
kick
know
off.
if you ever heard of that one. That one's actually probably better. So you don't have to get ads.
We kick off with Christian Cage versus Dustin Rhodes for the TNT title. This was a good match. I'm happy that Dustin's getting a little bit of a resurgence towards the end of his run here. I think this is his final year in AEW, right?
Yeah, we said that last year. Dustin, listen, Dustin's very, very good for his age. I mean, this guy, he's going out there. He's not fucking embarrassing himself. He's not botching nothing. I mean, he's just out there having solid matches.
Hell, he got thrown into the match with Swerve like a last minute.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Even though obviously it was short notice.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dustin. I mean, this match was built up on Collision after Christian Cage, fucking did what he did best and made fun of Dustin's dead father, the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. So I mean that's pretty par for the course for Christian Cage here.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so yeah, this was just a great match. Nick Wayne got involved. Fucking Dustin ended up kicking out of a kill switch, and then he hit and Christian ended up hitting another one, and then that finally put Dustin down. But this is a great match for Dustin, and I it's like basically Dustin's like kind of like Sting for me. Like I appreciate like what's left, like what matches are left of his, and like seeing him because we obviously don't have much time left when it comes to Dustin Rhodes. But yeah. Good stuff there, and I enjoyed this. Good opener.
After this, we go to the back with Renee and Swerve Strickland. This pretty much was just to kind of circle around Swerve going after the AEW title. I think by now it's pretty much set in stone. It's going to be a triple threat at Revolution. Swerve Joe and Hangman.
I kind of hope it.
And
I was hoping it wouldn't be, but oh well.
No, I don't mind it at all. I think it's going to be stellar.
You can't not do it because you can't have fucking Joe lose this early, and you can't have Swerve be beat. I mean, Hangman's in the match to take the pin, so.
All right, fair enough.
After that, we go to a Street Fight recap of everything that has happened. Then we go to the back with Renee talking to Jericho. Pretty much just talking about how Sammy's out. I forgot the exact wordage, but like just
Sammy's
like,
injured. It's not over injury. He fell off a fucking scaffolding on Battle of the Belt.
Jumped.
After he said on Chris Van Fleet, "I'm done doing crazy stuff. I'm a dad
Yeah,
now."
okay.
You guys got a fucking kid at home. It's like,
Front flip.
You go on his vlog. It was actually mad funny. He walked in the door coming home after it, and Ty was fucking screaming at him. Because of, I mean, obviously she was watching the spot with her child. And listen, that wasn't even the most dangerous spot in the match. The fucking the double suplex on the car hood was on the glass.
There was a lot of room for error with the run up the wall.
That was dope, by the way.
Yeah, well, he did that. Well,
there was a lot of room for error on that one. He could
have
have just slipped.
There was no but there was no fucking error.
I know, but there was a lot of room for it.
Yeah, well, the error didn't happen.
True.
So you gotta worry about it.
So,
but yeah, Jericho, he was talking, and
it's not over yet. Pretty much between these guys.
Yeah. Well, he was talking about. Well, basically, I think for Bill and Starks, it's not. He just kind of said that. I think it is for the time being that he's done with Big Bill and Ricky Starks. But now the tension's going to turn back to the Don Callis family. I think it'll probably end up being Sammy and Jericho again versus Hobbs and Takeshita, because Takeshita and Hobbs cost them the match. But yeah, after that, Sydal showed up and he challenged him to a match. Jericho hasn't had a one-on-one match in a bit, so he's gonna wrestle Sydal on Rampage, which there's actually kind of a big stacked for Rampage.
Yeah.
But yeah, good stuff there, and all the Jericho shit blew over. Fucking surprise.
Everyone's still I think people are
that
thinking
blew over the next morning.
That they're trying to pipe in cheers for him or mute the crowd.
Well, didn't do that here.
Yeah.
But anyway.
After this, we now have Orange Cassidy and Trent with Chuck Taylor versus Penta and Commander with Alex Apprentice and Phoenix at every side.
Which I will say is Penta, Phoenix and Chuck, they're both returned from injury. So I don't know if they're ready to go yet, but at least they're back on television. So
yeah,
that's trending towards a good direction. If they are good to go.
This match really good again. I'm happy with the way they're pushing Trent as this guy who can now pick up the wins, because this is now his second win back to back in a row on TV.
I'll tell you what, Trent has always been good. I'll tell you right now. He is going right back to tagging with Chuck when Chuck's good.
I know, but I think.
Listen, Chuck's a good guy to wrestle if you need somebody to wrestle.
Oh yeah,
he's not going to win anything. He's not going to win a title. He's not going to win anything like that. But he's a good guy to just put somebody in there with. He's reliable. He's solid. You're always going to get a good match out of him, and that's really it.
I would love to see Trent get the TNT title one day. Freudian slip. If they decide to start hot-shotting the title around a little bit, I would like to see him get a token run with that, because I mean the guy's a good wrestler.
Oh yeah.
Even if they want to turn him heel and go after the international title, if Orange still holds it, that's another thing too.
That'd be pretty cool. I mean, they have teased that, but
yeah, it's always there. So Orange Cassidy and Trent picked up the win here in a very great match. I think this Dynamite was a better reset than what we got at Jacksonville at Daly's Place, because as I mentioned, because Daly's Place felt like a filler. This felt like main story type stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that last
Awesome.
week, I mean, I even said it on the show. It was more of like a Brody Lee tribute show part 2.
Yeah.
So for that reason, I didn't really mind it being a weaker show.
Yeah. I just saw some fucking R-Truth's son is apparently a fucking basketball player at Penn State University. He just scored his 1,000th point in
In
a
the,
hundred
and
107 to 85 win. Oh my Jesus Christ!
And
Guys,
also
I mean,
the
you can have R.
coach
You can imagine R-Truth in the league. Oh, R-Truth
got.
on NBA. Fuck it, dude.
I,
He's
you know
probably
what? I'm not even
the
going to
ladder.
delete that comment that's on Twitch. That's just someone trying to. Do you want better graphics for your stream?
Oh, it's not. No, that's not called anything. That's called a bot.
I know. Like I don't care. I'm happy with what I created. Stuff that I put effort into and paid for.
You're
So
arguing with a bot right now.
I know. I don't care. I don't give a shit.
This next.
After
Come on, argue
Orange
with us.
Cassidy and Trent picked up the win. After this, the undisputed kingdom of
Roddy,
Matt Taven and Mike Bennett, along with Roddy, come out, and it's
yeah.
I got home in the middle of this promo.
They basically did the same thing they did at Battle of the Belts, but Roddy cut a promo. Basically just said, listen, I want that title, and we're gonna do it at the pay-per-view, which is what everybody expected. So,
and I think Roddy's gonna win.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
I think we'll. I think I'm not sold on it yet. I think he should win. I think we'll see probably.
It's going to be
like-
shenanigans. I think
and- well, I-
Roddy
yeah, I
wins
think-
with shenanigans.
yeah. I think in a month we'll probably we'll know, but I'm just waiting on it just to see how the story plays out, because this is actually like a longer feud for the international title than usual. But yeah, Roddy, we'll see what he's got going on.
After this,
later.
we go to the back with Renee talking to Hangman Adam Page. Just once again, same thing with Swerve.
Hangman looks like fucking Magnum TA, bro.
True, very true.
He looks like Magnum. He looks like Terry Allen. Like Jesus Christ, Hangman.
This once again, this is just setting up the triple threat, really.
Yeah.
Saying that he'll keep an eye on the main event as well. This and that. After this, we now have a Jay Briscoe tribute, because this is the 1-year anniversary.
I will say this about just the Hangman thing real quick, is that they're putting the emphasis on that Swerve. Hangman has never beaten Swerve, and like Hangman's kind of like questioning himself, like even if he can even beat Swerve. So that's something to pay attention to when they start that, because if Hangman can't believe he can beat Swerve, then that's gonna be a running thing. Because he's fucking depressed. But yeah, and Swerve obviously that helps his case that he's never been defeated by him. But yeah. Anyway, yeah, we had this. This was, I didn't expect them to do this. This wasn't advertised. But yeah, this was real good. This was one of the best parts of the show. Obviously, yeah, it was a year ago to the day of Jay Briscoe's unfortunate passing. Never forget that fucking Twitter notification. Never. But yeah, I mean, it was horrible. Obviously, we went through it when last year when it happened, but this is a great thing that they did here. They had Mark come out. They had the entire Briscoe family in the front row. Papa Briscoe, Mom. They had Mark's wife, his kids were there, and Mark talked about how Jay passed away last year in a car crash. And his nieces, Mark's nieces, Jay's daughters were in the car, and they told one of the nieces, that one of the daughters actually, that she is probably never going to walk again. But Mark was happy to say that God's on his throne, and she I don't know, I don't remember their names, but she looked like the older one. The oldest daughter, well, all three of Jay's kids came out. I know his son's name's Gannon, because how could I forget that? But yeah, his son and his two daughters came out, and she was walking without any assistance. So that was really cool to see. That was excellent to see. I mean, it's something you love to see. You got a great reception by the crowd. Mark was getting choked up. People were crying, and they gave a hug, and yeah, that was really. It was just. It was a really nice thing. It was a really nice gesture, and it was really cool to see her walking because I always wondered. I mean, we all talk about Jay, and we all remember Jay, but I mean, uh, there was other people involved in that, and I even said to my mom when we were watching this before they even came out, I'm like, wonder how his daughters are doing because I never really like followed up. I never really like looked to follow up on that, and but yeah, there they were, and they were all walking. They look in good spirits, so that's the best thing you could probably ask for in this type of situation. But yeah, that was an excellent segment.
To respond to someone's comment, there's more people than panelists and viewers. So I am multi-streaming on both Twitch and YouTube, so I see comments on both sides of things. Yeah. All right. After this, we have a sit down with the Young Bucks with Renee, the hardest working woman backstage. This is just the Bucks being fucking absolute like assholes, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, this was. I mean, listen.
It even got fuck the Young Bucks chance.
First
but
of all, this is. I mean, Matt. Well, Nick said to Renee, "Listen, you're not gonna call us Nick and Matt. You're gonna call us by our God-given names, Matthew and Nick."
I thought they were about to shoot last names,
which is fucking
I thought
bullshit.
so too.
Which is fucking bullshit because your name's not Jackson, asshole. Your name's fucking Nicholas and Matt Massey. All right. So you pump the brakes, Nick.
I legit thought they were going to shoot last names.
Pump the brakes, Nick. You fucking Marlon Brando head ass. But this, I mean, I saw a meme. It was funny. You know, like remember Mad TV, like the black and white, like characters from Mad TV. People saying that was them.
The freaking Black Spy and White Spy.
White Spy, yeah. But yeah. So Matt said, "Listen, Renee, like you need to like he's basically saying like you need to respect us and like how is the paycheck? I mean, you weren't even around in the beginning, but did you get your paycheck last week?" So they're really diving deep into this EVP. They're just snotty fucking piece of shit executives. And they're fully going into this because obviously we all know the heel Young Bucks are the best. But this is a new iteration of the heel Young Bucks.
Wait,
and
do they buy back BTE now?
Maybe. But Matt ended up going off saying like, listen, this place, we wanted to change the world. We wanted to we wanted to bring this business to new heights. And along the way, we kind of lost our way a little bit because of cancerous, nonsensical people in the locker room and other stuff. And basically, all these like, internet rumors, all this guy fucking basically said everything about CM Punk or Phil Brooks except saying CM Punk or Phil Brooks. So he basically said everything that everyone was thinking. And he said, you know what? We're not doing this shit no more. We're going to take everything into our own hands. We're going to become more responsible EVPs. And we're going to take out... And then they went into Sting. They said, we're going to take out Sting. He shouldn't be here anymore. I mean, these types of people shouldn't be here anymore. So the sense I got from this is that they're going to go after Sting, obviously. And then I could see them actually feuding with a bunch of the older guys. I could see them feud with the Hardys because they're older guys. I could see them trying to go after Dustin Rhodes. I could see them trying to go after Adam Copeland.
Christian.
I wouldn't say Christian yet because I mean he's already
Christian. Okay, to be honest,
until
Christian's a full-fledged heel, but he's a tweener in our eyes.
Well, no, he's a full-fledged. He's no fucking.
He's a full-fledged heel, but he's a face in our hearts.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. I could see them go. I mean, they'll probably end up going after Jericho. Even maybe even
can they dog walk Flair?
I mean, they probably will get involved in some situation. But yeah, I could see them going after a lot of the older talent, which I
Speaking
think
of
would be
Flair,
funny.
I saw Iron Claw. Holy shit.
Yeah, that was not good.
Holy
The movie,
shit.
well, the movie was great, but the
The
Ric
fucking
Flair was not.
the Harley Race guy was good.
Harley Race. I thought it was Harley for a minute. I was like, holy shit.
I thought they were using archive footage for that promo.
Hmm?
And then I saw the guy. I'm like, holy shit.
I couldn't fucking believe
You
it.
gotta see Iron Claw, Mike. You gotta see it.
Don't worry. There will be a point in time where I will sit down and watch it.
It's so
that's
good.
actually also reserved. On the 21st, I will actually be missing my first Dynamite live because I'm going to see Final Fantasy VII Advent Children in AMC theaters because they only put that shit in theaters for one day in my area. So, fuck, dude. And I'm a Final Fantasy VII fucking nerd.
That's
And
alright,
so
man.
Yeah, you fucking Mark.
yeah, I am a fucking mark. Anyway, Matt and Nick, they walk off. They say, "Listen, we're done. We're done doing this shit." But the best part about this is that everything Matt said is like what everybody complains about the Young Bucks for, and I see comments already. Like, oh my god, look at these two fucking children. They're petulant children. Oh my god, they're fucking they're clowns. Hey, you've been worked. You have been worked. No shit. That's the fucking reaction they want, dumbass. I see all these people. Oh my god, they're fucking pieces of shit. Oh my god. Bro, they're putting CM Punk memes. You've been worked. That's the fucking angle, asshole. That's the angle. That's what he's trying to accomplish here. That's what he wants. He's heel. You're not supposed to like him.
So
You've been
The
worked.
funniest part about actually, Zach, go first.
no, I was about to cut into the next segment.
Oh, okay. So the funniest part about this whole thing was I literally saw a clip it was either a couple weeks ago or probably like November-ish, where it was a shoot interview with how the fuck am I blanking on his name right now? Four Horsemen, Arn Anderson's partner,
Tully?
Tully Blanchard, thank you. A shoot interview, and he was asked directly about the Bucks, and he flat out said, "I have no idea what they do as EVPs." And I'm just like, to hear that 4 years into AEW in a shoot interview with somebody who no longer works there is alarming.
I mean, they were never EVPs. See, that's the thing, though.
They were
never
EVPs with no
They were
power.
EVPs. Well, no, it's not even that. They were EVPs by name just because they're founders. Cody was a fucking EVP, but
Yeah, but Cody actually was in
yeah,
like
he did
marketing
what?
meetings and
Community
shit.
What? And that's it. And then that's it. Kenny, what was Kenny doing? He did the fucking video. He did the video game, and some of the women's division for a little bit. I mean, they never really did. Brandy was the CBO.
Yeah, but Kenny really never really talks about being an EVP.
Yeah, because Kenny's the fucking goat and he knows how to shut his
Well,
fucking mouth.
yeah, well, he just gets out there and wrestles like a
All right.
fucking goated.
All right.
He's just goated.
After this,
Kenny's the fucking man.
we have Bullet Club Gold with some new music versus the Gates of Agony, aka the Mogul Embassy.
Yep. So yeah, we had this.
I'm still gonna call them Gates of Agony. I don't care.
Oh, Gates of Agony with Brian Cage, yes.
Yeah. So
I'm not.
yeah.
Gates of Agony is a great tag team, man.
I love them. Yeah, they're fantastic. I wish they would wear the attire that they wore for. They would come out in the entrance gear they did for World Tag League. I mean, if you look up Gates of Agony and World Tag League entrance, I mean, you could probably see. But they were coming out with this fucking cool ass tribal shit on. I mean, it was fucking crazy what they were wearing. But yeah, I wish they would come out with that. But anyway, yeah, they were the 6-man champs. They're coming out here. They're wrestling the Bang Bang Gang.
Titles on the line.
They got a new theme. Yeah, so we had Jay. Because Jay, I mean, he really doesn't have nothing to do right now besides this trios angle. Which I mean, they just got out of the tournament, so I
Yeah, the
think
tournament ended less than 3 weeks ago.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. But I mean, should he have a big time angle and a big time match?
Not yet.
Well,
Not yet.
no. I think he should. I think he should never not have one. This is Jay White we're talking about. But should he have a big time angle and a big time match for the pay per view? Absolutely. I mean, we were at World's End, and what happened? What was the reaction when fucking Bryan Danielson and Jay White stepped in the ring, tagged into that match together? Fucking place came up. So obviously that match is going to happen eventually. Do I think it's going to happen at Revolution? No, but probably should. Probably should they? Yeah. But yeah, Jay White, and the Bang Bang Gang. This was actually a pretty good match. Fucking near the end of the match, Jay White and Khan were the last two in the ring. It was a great near fall.
Prince Nana
Khan
try to
hit
get involved.
Khan hit his finish. Nana got involved. Anthony Bowens came out and made the save. And Jay hit the Blade Runner on Bishop Khan and pinned him. And they are now the new Ring of Honor 6-man champions. And after the match, them and the Acclaim faced down each other, trying to teasing that they're going to join forces. But what this told me is that they're going to end up feuding. This is probably the pay-per-view match. It's going to be the Acclaimed versus the Bullet Club Gold.
Winner
And
takes all.
I think, yeah, winner takes all, or they merge the belts. They have a Ring of Honor, because right now they have the AEW and Ring of Honor Trios Championships. They merge them. You can have the Trios champ show up on Ring of Honor whenever anybody that fucking on this company can show up on Ring of Honor if it's the same shit. So, but I could see them either merging it or just winner takes all. Like how WWE's tag championships are right now. But yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, Jay has done worse shit, like the Ryusuke Taguchi Toriano never 6-man angle in New Japan. Like if Jay has nothing to do, I mean, give him a title. I mean, that's cool. But yeah, I think that at least after the pay-per-view, if that's not the pay-per-view, they need to have Jay in a major angle. Not a major. I'm not saying like a major angle, but have Jay in something worthwhile, like
Maybe.
a fucking like a singles feud with Bryan Danielson,
or just throw him into the fuck, the international title scene. With,
if you're gonna have, I wouldn't do that, because if you're gonna have Roddy win the title, that's two heels, and
I think at this point,
I wouldn't want. I'd take him in there if Roddy doesn't win.
I do
but
think
he
at
does
this
not need to
point,
be in there.
Jay is a face. I think at this point,
He's not a face.
he's not. But
He's
you go
not
up
a
against
face.
a heel team.
He's not a face. After the shit he did in number one, the MJF feud, he was entirely a heel throughout the entire Continental Classic tournament. There was a heel and babyface team at World's End. He was on the fucking heel team. And the Guns aren't exactly baby faces. Plus, they're gonna they're gonna probably go buddy with the Acclaimed for a little bit and then turn on them so they can get the pay-per-view match. They're not.
Hey, as long as we get Bang Bang Scissor Gang shirts out of this, it's okay with me.
Yeah, you go buy it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I already have the Scissor Me Daddy ass shirt, so I will.
Well, I got this too. So fuck you. You don't actually have this. Real authentic Acclaim scissors. I'm not even joking you. They got the logo on it and everything. I got it in the All Elite crate. And this is actually a weapon. This is sharp. This is real.
It is.
This is a real scissor. So, what? Fuck you.
No, but have you scissored Daddy S?
I could have if I met him.
Well, I did, so.
Well, I
yeah.
did Max fucking about 3 fucking times, so.
Yeah, but I scissored
Okay.
Daddy S.
So, but anyway, Jay White. I just want to say, Jay White. I mean, get him in a fucking feud with Pac or something. Get him in a feud. I mean, even
I would love to see that match.
Juice should be back by or before Double or Nothing. So, I mean, even if they want to like just have Juice and the Guns be the trio, I mean, that'd be fine. Then, I mean, I think if Juice was here, I think Juice would be in this position. And I think Jay would be doing something else. But yeah, they got to get Jay White back into a rhythm. And I will say this as well, because they barely ever wrestled in New Japan. They wrestled maybe twice. I'm not even 2 singles matches, probably in 2 G1s, and that was it. But you have Will Ospreay coming in, and you could do a fucking Jay White and the Guns versus Ospreay and Aussie Open if you want to do that. But Ospreay isn't gonna be coming in and do trio shit. So I mean, Ospreay and Jay White, I think that's a direction they should go eventually, because those are the 2 of the best wrestlers ever. The 2 ever foreign wrestlers that come out of Japan, and they barely had any matches in New Japan. So I would really like to see that.
And so Bullet Club Gold did pick up the win. They are now the new Trios ROH title holders.
Which was surprising.
We go backstage.
We got breaking news from Brandon Cutler.
Oh boy.
Sources close to Matthew and Nicholas are saying they witnessed an enthusiastic applause by the majority of the locker room after their interview. One reliable source noted, "It felt like they spoke on our behalf tonight."
God. Okay. So we had Adam Cole and Wardlow backstage. Adam Cole is saying Wardlow finally is getting the respect he deserves from people who actually respect him. And when he wins the AEW title, he's bringing it back to the Undisputed Kingdom. I hate the fact that any group Wardlow joins, it's just, yeah, okay, and then turns. I kind of wish it wasn't that direction that it's going in, but it's definitely going to be that direction.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, obviously, I was thinking about this too, because it's going to be a title match one day. I think Wardlow is not going to challenge for the title until Swerve is the champion and he's a full-fledged babyface. Swerve, that is. And whenever Adam Cole's good, because obviously I don't think Wardlow would beat Swerve, but I think there would be a possibility where Wardlow would win later. I'm not even saying taking the belt off of Swerve, maybe whoever the next champion is. And then Adam Cole's ready by them, and then there's some story where he has to wrestle for Adam, and Adam is gonna like take the title, and I don't know, but we'll see how that plays out, and excited.
After this, we now have Deonna Purrazzo versus Anna Jay with Timeless Tony Storm on commentary. We didn't mention this, but Tony Schiavone is out this week. So we had Ian Riccaboni. Sorry.
Yeah.
H impediments are a son of a bitch.
Yeah, but I will say this. Fucking Tony on commentary was fucking hilarious, because she thought Riccaboni was Schiavone that shaved his beard.
And lost weight, got rid of the earring.
Yeah. And
got about 20 years younger.
She also called Excalibur Man in the Mask. That was funny. But they need to have her on commentary again next week with Schiavone there. Be like, what the fuck?
What happened?
They got to do that. But anyway, yeah, Deonna versus Anna Jay. Deonna, she had her first match as a signed AEW talent on Collision against Red Velvet. She looked great. I mean, Deonna, this was, again, she's one of those women that you could put any, like, a lesser experienced woman in the ring with, and they could even look 10 times better than they are just by who they're in the ring with Deonna. But Deonna, I've said this for time and time again on this show. She is one of the best women's wrestlers in the world. She's probably the best technical women's wrestler maybe ever. Yeah, maybe ever. I mean, when I tell you she wrestles, she's the female version, wrestling style wise, of Bryan Danielson and Zack Sabre Jr. and Shibata and Gresham, some of the best technical guys you could see today. That's Deonna, but she looked great. I mean, she looked great in Collision. She looked great here. She beat Anna Jay soundly. The title match at Revolution is gonna be Tony and Deonna. I don't think Tony's losing at all yet. But, I mean, they're making Deonna look like a fucking major player in the women's division, which she is, and she will be. Deonna's going to win the title, I think, probably by at least the end of the year. I could see here, because, I mean, she's a babyface right now, but Deonna is money as a heel. I mean, her heel run in Impact was excellent. She beat everybody. She beat the entire roster. That's a part of the reason why she left, because there was nobody else to work with. Um, but yeah, um, but yeah, she looked good here. She got on the mic after and basically said, "Tony, I've known you for years," which she has. Her and Tony wrestled in NXT UK. They wrestled in Stardom. They wrestled on the Indies. But so I've known you for years. What are you doing? And Tony was like, "How dare you? Tin up, tits out. Watch the shoes. She's throwing shoes at her and shit." But I will say this though, that Mariah May, Deanna match, which we're basically confirmed to be getting any week now, probably a little bit before the pay-per-view. That is a very, very.
That's gonna
appealing
hit
matchup.
like crack hit the streets. In
I
the
want.
80s.
Yeah. I'm kind of. I want like Mariah to wrestle more because she looked excellent in her debut. I mean, I've seen a couple of her matches in Stardom. She always looked great, but she looked especially good in front of an American crowd. For her debut match, I really want to see Mariah have more matches, whether that be on Collision or Rampage or Dynamite, whatever. But yeah, this is good. Tony.
Oh, when Luther like was going to pick Tony up, I laughed my fucking ass off because that just
He got all
the
of them
way.
there.
Oh yeah, that was great. I was crying.
Yeah, but yeah, so yeah, Tony, she mounted her steed and she ran away.
After after this, we had Private Party versus
And
Top Flight.
I will say this: Tony Storm though looks like she's having so much fucking fun. She looks like she's having the most fun at any wrestler that I've ever seen. It's like they cut to picture in picture, or they cut to her on commentary. Like she'll be doing commentary, and then she'll just cut to. She'll just cut like she knows when the camera's gonna be on her, so she's like. And I'm like, it's just fucking hilarious. And her husband is as much as a fucking psychopath as she is. So, but yeah, this was great stuff.
So we had Private Party versus Top Flight. This was a very fun match.
Yeah,
Private Party is back, and I'm so happy.
yeah, this was good stuff. I mean, Mark Quinn looked good for not being in the ring for about 13 months. Obviously, he's gonna get better. He's gonna get better because he's shaking off rust and he hasn't been in the ring for a year. But yeah, they look good. I mean, obviously, Top Flight, we know what they could do. And yeah, the match ended with Mark Quinn rolling up Darius and hooking the rope and holding the rope and cheating to win. And Darius knew about it. They confronted him after the match. They got out of there. So they're teasing a heel turn for Private Party. So I think that's the edge they need.
Weren't they
I think
heels during the middle of the 2019 run?
Well, they were heel. No, the 2019 run, they were all babyface. But in the pandemic, they turned heel with Matt when they got Matt Hardy.
Right,
and
yeah.
They even showed up in Impact to do stuff.
Got 2 watches.
Yeah. So that's when they were wearing the suits to wrestle and shit. But yeah, this
it
is
hit
good
me.
stuff. It's good for the tag division.
Yeah, watching this match, I was like literally saying to myself, like, one day this is gonna be like a pay-per-view match for the titles, and the fact that I could see that is just pretty cool.
And after this, cause it's time for the
Sting and Darby Allin vignette.
Fuck! That's one thing I write down because I got distracted.
I was actually because this was actually a telling vignette. They were just showing like. They were just talking about Sting, and Darby was like basically narrating this thing about Sting and his last match. But he did say he wants the tag team titles. But we all know that the match is probably going to be them versus the Young Bucks at Revolution, because in the report came out that Sting did in fact pick the Young Bucks for the match. The Young Bucks were actually supposed to be out of action a lot longer. But they came back because they obviously weren't going to turn down Sting for his final match. And the reason was that he cited the first Forbidden Door match where it was Sting, Darby, and Shingo versus El Phantasmo and the Young Bucks, and how much fun Sting had during the match. And he said, and Sting sees that as one of his favorite matches he's had and the best match he had in AEW. So that's why he wanted to do. And listen, Dave Meltzer caught some shit for this, but I actually very much agree with him here. The Young Bucks are the best tag team of all time to make other tag teams look great. I mean, I'll never forget the second ever Dynamite show with them versus Private Party in the tournament.
yeah.
They made Private Party look like the fucking second coming of the fucking Usos. It was unbelievable. I mean, they made Private Party look like $1 million in that match. And that's what they do. The Young Bucks are one of the best tag teams that ever in the history of in the industry. But yeah, I mean, they're the perfect. They're gonna sell for Sting. They're gonna fucking do whatever they can for Sting. But yeah, but
Also,
Darby saying in this match, Darby saying that they want the titles. That I could see them defeating Big Bill and Ricky for the titles, and then facing the Young Bucks. Maybe even dropping the belts to the Young Bucks at the pay-per-view, or something like that. But they said that, so it's not really like a clear thing that it's just gonna be the Young Bucks, or it's gonna. And Excalibur even said on commentary, "Who will it be?" So it looks like they're done with Jericho and Sammy, and yeah, so we're probably gonna get Big Bill and Ricky versus Sting and Darby probably before the pay-per-view.
Another thing to mention, I believe Tony had said that, like, even he doesn't know the outcome of this match because he's letting Sting gonna come to him with the decision of this match. If he wants to lose, Sting's gonna. If Sting wants to lose, he'll let him lose. If Sting wants to win, he's gonna let him win. Because I believe Tony is letting Sting pick his.
Absolutely, and it's the right thing.
Outcome for his final match.
Yeah, it's the right thing to do as well. So
yeah, it is.
But anyway, to this day, Sting and Darby are one of the greatest things AEW's ever done. And
it was supposed to be. It wasn't supposed to be like this either, I believe.
Sting as a legend run may go down as one of the best legend runs of all time in any company ever. And you say what you want about AEW or Tony Khan's booking, but Sting has been booked masterfully and perfectly since day one of Sting being in the company, and I just that's undisputed at this point. It just what has been done with Sting has been masterful, and it exceeded everybody's expectations of what we were thinking of in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
So I guess before we do the main event, let's do the Rampage rundown.
We have Rampage rundown. We have obviously we mentioned we're gonna have Jericho and Matt Sydal. We're gonna have Queen Aminata and Chris Statlander. We're going to have Anthony Henry and Penta, and we're going to be having Jeff Hardy versus Darby Allin. So I'm like, okay.
Oh my goodness.
Darby's going to carry that match, unfortunately, because Jeff.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Can't fucking go anymore.
No, he cannot. But I will say, the last time we got this match, I mean, holy crap.
But yeah.
UBS, baby.
The Collision lineup, I'm actually very, very excited for this. We're going to be getting Buddy Matthews versus Daniel Garcia, which I think is excellent. And Garcia actually did mention on Collision that he's probably going to be on Collision for the time being, and he wants to grow as a wrestler on Collision. So it's probably going to be Garcia on Collision for the foreseeable future.
And I don't mind that. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I think that's great. We're also going to have Bryan Danielson and Claudio Castagnoli versus Eddie Kingston and Ortiz. Mox is going to be on the show, and I think there was another match, but I can't remember. But yeah, looks like a great Collision, and very, very excited.
All right, but now
it's time for the main event.
It's time for the main event.
For the main event
with Hook versus Samoa Joe for the AEW title. This match
was awesome.
Fucking delivered. I
this
love the way Taz was selling everything on commentary. So good.
This shit was so fucking good. I mean, this exceeded expectations. This match was booked and produced perfectly. I mean, the producing on this match was excellent. I mean, just how, obviously they had Hook, who just really didn't give a fuck about Joe early on. And then as soon as the bell rings, he's attacking him. They're going at it. So it was a very, very short match. And this is the best type of match you could do in this type of circumstance where it's a shorter match. But yeah, Joe, Hook just started beating the shit out of Joe. And then Joe got the upper hand. He brought him to the outside. He gave him a spinning fucking Uranagi. to the announce desk, which completely collapsed. But the way Hook hit it, like the edge of the table hit it like the top of his back. It looked gnarly, and the way Hook sold it, he looked like his body went limp for about 2 seconds until he hit the floor. It looked great, and then afterwards, Joe gave him a power bomb on the ring apron, and Taz is like he had to take his headset off. Taz was exceptional during this match. Obviously, it's the guy's son, but the doctor was checking on Hook. Hook got back in the ring before the count of 10. Joe gave him a muscle buster. Hook kicks out at fucking 1. There's only two people that ever kick out of the muscle buster in AEW. Now it's Hook and MJF. So Long Islanders are impervious to the muscle buster. So don't try to hit that shit on John Silver, or Alex Reynolds, or Chris Statlander, or Willow Nightingale, or Chris Jericho, kinda, or Trent Beretta,
or Max Caster,
or Max Caster,
or Tony Nese,
or Tony Nese, or
Matt Cardona,
or
he's not really AEW
kinda,
talent.
not really, or
he also was at an indie show that I helped at, and he disowned Long Island.
Or Smart Mark Sterling. There we go.
Smart Mark Sterling will just crumble if he gets hit with it. Let's. Silver Balls is gonna get fucking killed if he gets hit by that.
Yeah.
So, but this match ends with the sleeper hold.
Well, before that, I fucking he hits another muscle buster on him, and then he puts him in the coquina clutch. He puts Hook out. The hand drops 3 times, and as Joe is getting his belt to leave the ring, Hook gets up. He's like, "Is that all you got? Is that all you got?" It. He hits him with he gave him like a nut shot. Then he hit him another one, muscle buster. And then Hook is like, "What the fuck, bro? Let's go." And then he gets up again, and he's about to fucking hit Hook again. But here comes Hangman Page to fight off Joe. And Joe staring at Hangman. Swerve comes to the crowd, so they're obviously just playing up the triple threat, and that's how they went off the air. But this was a fantastic. I mean, this exceeded all at my expectations because I didn't really know, because this was Hook's biggest challenge of his career. This was Hook's best match of his career.
Oh yeah.
But I was just curious how he was going to fare in this match, and he did. He was thrown into the deep end and he swam. But this was a great match, and Bully Ray of all people actually made up a great point. Going into this match when it was announced, he actually had a very, very good point, because obviously he wrestled Taz many times in ECW, but this was the closest thing Hook is ever going to get to being in the ring with his father. Joe is very, very similar in style to Taz was, and you don't really see a lot of guys like that anymore. I mean, you only got a few of those guys even around. Like I even like Joe. Like Jeff Cobb, I'd even say is kind of Taz-like.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you don't see a lot. That's the really only couple guys I could think of, but that you don't really see guys around with that style of wrestling anymore. So it was really cool for opportunity for Hook to get in there with a guy that was fundamentally similar to his father. But yeah, this was a great match. I would really, really like to see where they go with Hook next, because he looked great in there. But yeah, that's how they went off the end. This was a great Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For Wrestler of the Week now, I'm going to give it to Hook for putting on a great match. I think tonight was like a test for him to see how he can hold in a main event spot like this. Mm-hmm. I think there's great things for him in the future on the horizon. I think now this FTW title might be taken a bit more seriously going forward. Who knows?
A prop title.
It is. I think, though, now Hook can either go for a TNT title shot, or down the line an international title shot.
I wouldn't do that yet, to be honest.
But I'm saying, like, this is like, I think tonight was a test to push him.
Oh yeah,
to see where we could probably place him.
Yeah, not this year though. I'd wait off. Maybe not this year, but maybe later into the year.
All right.
Like
Not-
you got guys like Roddy and Takeshi. You got Osprey coming in. You got fucking Copeland.
But I'm saying,
doing
like,
stuff
I
in the-
think, like,
later down the line, Hook's
tonight,
gonna be ready.
but tonight
Yeah.
was definitely what was a test.
Oh,
for
he's
him.
ready. He's been ready.
Yeah.
Not
All
gonna lie, if Hook goes after the TNT title while Christian still has it, those promos and that
Christian's-
feud is gonna
he's
be
gonna-
so good.
Christian has
no,
no
he's gonna-
has no fuel.
No, he's gonna have to kill Taz.
Exactly.
He's going to have to take a gun and shoot Taz in front of Hook, and that's when the feud's gonna happen. It's gonna go from you don't have a father to I'm gonna take your father away.
Okay, screw 0 to 100.
No,
You went
like-
0 to 1,000 real quick there.
Now you have Kill
Taz.
Switch try to kill Taz.
Well, that's not the first time there would be manslaughter on wrestling. So
Yeah.
Dear Lord.
All right,
My,
Mike, who do you
wrestler
got?
of the week, I guess I'll go with Deonna Purrazzo.
All right.
nothing wrong
Christian?
with that. For me, I guess I'm gonna give it to Dustin Rhodes, doing good stuff on his way out. Also, I think obviously Jay Briscoe, rest in peace to Jay Briscoe,
Yes.
and that's all you gotta say. But yeah, good stuff tonight. Yeah.
Can we give a trio honorary full-fledged
Oh.
member of the week to Mark Briscoe?
Yeah, he's already in the fucking
Yeah.
Hall of.
Yeah, he's in that
Yeah,
hall
already in
of
already in his fizz.
yeah. All right, guys, we appreciate you all for watching. We'll catch you next week. Good.